What's up, everybody? You are tuned into Keeping It Real with Lila live on his 92.3. I think y'all heard me at the end, but let me say it again for those of y'all who are listening on the app. Hey, everybody. You are tuned into Keeping It Real with Lila live on his 92.3. It is Wednesday, it is hump day, and it is Keeping It Real with Lila Day.
I'm having issues, y'all.
I see. Because what are you doing?
I don't know. Hold on.
You think it's going to stand up in the air by itself?
Please forgive me for the dizziness. And
We ain't supposed to be on here. Supposed to be talking to this.
Well, I'm going to do mine because we ain't got the tripod. Okay.
Don't you see me recording us? Sorry, YouTubers, because this is who this is for.
Here I go now. Better. We're getting it together now. Hey. Ooh, I know. Y'all get sending me the mad faces.
Right.
And stuff. Sorry. I'm the same exact way. Hold on. We're getting it together.
Okay, so are you ready to tell our listeners what's going on and not the live people?
Yes. Okay. Boom. We in here. Basically today what our topic is going to be about is generational curse. Okay. And basically in our Black community, generational curse, you know, they go, I'm telling you, it's just there, you know, they're hidden, and then they become issues in life. People are hurt by it, even the victims that sometimes play the part of victimizing other people. So I was telling my niece today about a movie that I watched called Mississippi Damned, and I say it's on Hulu, and if you guys ever watched it or if you get a chance to watch it, please watch it, okay? Because it is something that I think we do need to see, because it's things that what can change our lives, you know, if things are not done. And what happens is, you know, it comes from molestation. You have murder, alcoholism, gambling, all of this stuff, you know, trickles down to generational curses. They just don't happen where, you know, oh, I just pick up a habit, you know. It comes way down from secrets and things that are hidden. So
I was just going to say, you're going to call that a generational curse or generational lies and secrets?
When I say generational curse, it's because it plays back into the movie when it starts off with how the girls were molested, and then it trickles off into their kids. They never talked about it, but then one of the sisters' sons end up molesting another, I would say his first cousin. You know, they were always around each other, but that's also what happened. Then one sister husband, he was always kept him in debt because he gambled. But as their oldest daughter got older, she did the same thing, where she lost home, she was living in her car, gambling. So those are things that become generational curse, because I mean, that's why I would call it a generational curse, because it shows, this movie points out that this is where it comes from. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I say, you know, these are things that if it never happened to you, you wouldn't know that. It would just be like, say for instance, with the R. Kelly situation. Okay, that came from his aunt or somebody's sister or somebody who had physically, sexually assaulted and molested him at a certain age in his life. So at that certain age of his life, that part was interrupted. It was stopped. So now it started where he started preying on little girls or you know, younger girls as he got older, because you got to remember, again, this still was, you know, happened to him at that time of age. So you don't understand, because sometimes things don't happen, and it's just unfortunate, because it happens to men, and that's brushed under the rug. You know what I mean? and it may happen often because it's brushed under the rug, because nobody never says anything about it, because you know, it's a man, you know, and who would think that a woman would even go so far to doing that? And it happens.
What I don't understand, which I guess people say is kind of a fact, like how you say R. Kelly was molested and then he started like being the predator of young. I don't understand how someone could go through that and then put another person through it. That's what I don't understand about it. And you know, I've heard people say that all the time. Like, people who have been a victim are always end up being the predator. The predator, which is just, I don't know.
It's definitely crazy. But then you got to remember, and then again in this movie, the little boy, he was a good kid. He was good in basketball and everything, and it was just that his parents, he didn't know where his father was, because his mother was alcoholic, and she went to men as her confidant because, again, her father molested her. So he watched this. It wasn't no food. It wasn't, you know, she wasn't a parent, you know, that gave him that unconditional love. So he went to basketball. He knew he didn't have no food. He knew he didn't have the money to go to this basketball camp that he was supposed to go to. So it was a man that was at the house when they used to play these card games and stuff. You would think in the movie that this man would be a role model, but no, he was preying on this little boy, and he put the money, when he took this little boy home from his basketball game, and this little boy had to be about 12 or 13 years old, he pulled over and put about $100 on the dashboard and told this boy, I know you want to go to this basketball point, but I know you can't afford this money. But let me tell you what you do. And this man started unzipping his pants. So the little boy like, take me home. So I'm thinking, oh, this little boy about to, you know, he gonna end up killing this little boy, man. But at the end of the day, he started thinking, we don't have no food at home. Right. You know, I don't have no other, you know, he felt like his back was against the wall, because who did he have? Right. You understand? He didn't have no father. He didn't really know who he was.
To me, those are the worst kind of predators. The ones who know
your situation, situation,
and put you in a situation where you have no other, well, you have another choice, but where you feel like you have no other choice, because everybody is not mentally strong.
And when you're a child, you feel like you don't have a choice. Because
you know what, in my opinion, a big issue that I have with the black community is we don't communicate. We don't talk to our parents. We don't talk to our children. Like, basically, I remember when I was younger, it was no such thing as talking to your parents or telling them what's going on. Then you had the children who did talk to their parents,
and nobody
believed them.
They'll get in trouble. So it's like, what do I say? Right. I get beat. She ain't gonna believe me, or you know. So it is really, really hard. And then when when it happened, it kind of messed him up. But again, there go those secrets. He kept that shit tough.
And see, to me, stuff like this, I don't even really, you know, like talking about stuff like this, because this is such a sensitive subject.
It is.
I do thank God that I've never had to experience this before, but I do know people who have, you know, and people who are close to me, or, you know, people who are close to them, or whatever the case may be. And it's just, certain subjects are just really touchy and really sensitive, and you never know what they can spark in someone.
You never know.
You know, a lot of black movies show stuff like this, and show the secrets and show the lies. Like you was telling me, was on the phone, how the young black girl might have been 13, 14 and had a child
by her father.
Right. By
a family member,
uncle, family member, and then she passed along, and that, you know, she's
passed along to an uncle and uncle. Right. She's passed along to an uncle and auntie who can't have children. And then this child is raised up as your cousin.
Right. Thinking that this is this and that is that.
But at the end of the day, guess what? Some drunk auntie or uncle gonna unravel the goddamn secret.
Right.
So it's just like, these are the things that our black community go through. And these are why these movies are out there. And the only reason why I'm talking about it, because I watched this movie the other night. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning. This movie is like 2 hours, okay? I love my sleep.
What's the name of it?
It's called Mississippi Dam.
And it's on Hulu. Okay.
It's on Hulu. So I end up asking my daughter, because, you know, they into the Hulu Netflix thing. So I said, have you watched that movie? And she was like, Mom, that movie literally fucked me up after I seen it. Mind you, none of this ever happened to my children, and I am grateful and I am thankful. However, just to watch this movie, the feeling that you get to know that, damn, you know it's somebody that's going through that story. You know somebody that has went through this story.
Right, that's why I said this is such a sensitive.
And it is. And this is why I said I wanted to talk about this. This has been on my mind all day. When I tell you, when my niece tell me, okay, Auntie, look, you got to think about a topic. Okay, I want to think about things that we can relate to, have a good conversation on or whatever. But this right here really just kind of, I just wanted to talk about it. I needed to talk about it. And I'm telling you guys, really please go watch this movie, okay? And
I'm yarning this shit, I'm still sleeping.
It's just really crazy. And as it goes on, and as I say, generational. This boy has grown up. He went to this basketball camp. Remember, he'd already, sexually assaulted this cousin. This cousin still held this in. Now, she looked at this boy like a brother because they was raised together. Right. But now he went away to college. Now he's in the NBA. But guess what? Now he goes to alcohol. He's an alcoholic. He's an alcoholic.
Because he's losing all his... And then he took someone he loved through it.
But check this. Even though this man is an NBA star, got a family, got a beautiful wife or whatever, right? It still never left. Mm-hmm. So when he came home, the little baby that was a little baby back then, now she's 13 and 14. And guess what? He got caught having sex with her.
Wow.
So it was like, wow.
And this is the same girl that he molested when she was little?
No.
Oh, okay.
The girl that she molested when she was little, she was grown. So now she's like, I'm not playing this. She was just like, So when she seen this other little girl, she asked, have he touched you? Have he did anything? She was like, no. But see, this little girl was now these the newer days. So now she's like, oh, this is a basketball player. And I like put on these little shorts.
Right.
But she didn't even know.
How R. Kelly got away with it.
Exactly.
He was R. Kelly.
Same thing.
He was R. Kelly.
But at the end of the day, yes, it was like fucked up. But guess what? He was fucked up.
Yeah, he was fucked up. And his, his fame is what made people. And when I started hearing, like, when people started really breaking it down, like, I never knew what, as a child listening to R. Kelly and stuff, I never knew, what the Pied Piper was and all that other stuff. Until, like, everything started coming out. And it's like, you were blatantly talking about it and blatantly I'm like, okay, so the Pied Piper was someone who made music or whatever the case to attract little girls or little kids or whatever.
You remember
and
that.
I'm like, what?
And it was like all in that and in his mind. And let me tell you something, in their mind.
This man literally called himself that. What the fuck?
He literally called himself that. And like I said, it does something to you. Because like I said, when that boy took that money and he had to go down and give this man oral sex. Right. Okay. He already knew right then. It literally fucked him up because the next clip, it showed his mind literally gone. Right. You understand? But guess what? He had to bury that shit, and that was a secret that he would never say, and he kept it pushing. But it literally messed him up. Right. Same thing with R. Kelly. Literally messed him up. If you really looked at that story.
But what irked me about us as the black people in the black community and stuff like that, and everybody badger R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, oh, I'm not listening to his music. I listened to the nigga music yesterday, and I'm going to keep on listening to it. You know why? Because this has not been a secret. He has always, like I said, blatantly told everybody how he was, what it was.
And in his mind, that's what made it okay.
But I remember being a child and remember this man being married to Aaliyah and was like, wait a minute. She's like my age. What's going on? And it was...
But we brushed it under
everybody brushed it under the rug.
Because it's like,
everybody ignored it because he was who he was.
Yep.
So my thing is, 20 years later, 20, 25, how many ever years later, a long ass time, over a decade, when it came out, it was like, this has always been out. That was my whole take on it. You know what I'm saying? Like when I watched the Surviving R. Kelly stories and stuff, I hate when I try to reword things because I don't want people to think that I'm a fucked up person or whatever. But I did not. It's like I didn't feel sorry for some of the things that these people were saying that they were doing. And I do understand, you know, it was who he was to me, in my opinion, and it was also a mental abuse thing.
Right.
And now that I've been through mental abuse, I understand, you know. But just listening to some of the stories and stuff, it was just like,
I only feel sorry for two people.
Girl,
I'm sorry.
Right. It was like,
and that was only Aaliyah and his wife.
And I can't even say that I feel sorry for Aaliyah, because at the end of the day, most of those girls knew what they were doing. They knew what they were getting themselves into. I remember being in high school, and I never talked to younger boys. I was never the high school girl who was attracted to older men. That shit was always nasty to me. Like, that nigga's a creep. And
me too.
You is dating your daddy, girl. And
exactly. That's how I feel.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how I feel.
So I you know, I never like, as I got older, I did talk to men who was, you know, a good little age gap from me. And now that I'm the age I am now, I'm looking at them like, why the hell was you like? I might look at pictures of myself from back then, and I'd be like, I looked like a little girl,
right? And
y'all was sleeping with me, and that is creepy.
Even till this day, my daughter, she's 21, but I think when Cyan was 20, 21, I don't know, but this grown ass man, I watched her. I was sitting in my car. I watched her in the line, right? And I watched the man, you know, across the she was in the line, he was in the line, and he like, and she like, first of all, you grown ass, you better approach my child respectfully.
Right,
you ain't about to be.
So you're a creep.
Right, but I was waiting to get his ass outside because I knew he was gonna come out before my daughter. And I already knew that, guess what, I don't look like I got a 21-year-old child. So I'm like, okay, I'll wait till his ass get out. I said, let me get out this car. So I waited politely. And I said, oh, you was talking to that girl out there? He was like, yeah. I said, oh, how old are you? And then he was like, oh, I'm 28. I knew that nigga was 39.
Right.
You got me fucked up because you look way older than me. And guess what? I said, well, first of all, that's my daughter. I ain't even have to say how old she was. He was like, oh, ma'am, I apologize. I'm like, yeah, nigga, don't play with me. I'll pop your ass.
But see, my thing, how I look at older men who are attracted to younger girls.
What do you want?
What? Right.
Control?
Because
she got a daddy.
To me, that's what it is. It's a control factor because you know that you can control this little girl because that's what she is to you.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if she's 25 and you're 45. She's a little girl because your mind,
daddy.
Your mind, your mentality is even it like it just. I'm sorry, but it's 20 years ahead of hers. Whether it's 10, 15 years ahead of her, it's not okay.
Yeah,
it's not okay. So I don't understand stuff like that. You know, like I say, I'm
with it.
In certain circumstances, it's nothing but
predator.
Straight innocence. In certain situations, I feel like after a certain age, as a girl or woman, you know what you're doing. Even as a man, you know, just like the whole, what do you call it? What was his name? Ed Long. Oh. When he, you know, all the boys.
You see what happened to Ed Long, honey.
Like
let me tell you. God don't play no games. Right. You see what happened to him.
But the thing about it is, because he was who he was and he had that platform,
he had
after a certain age, I'm sorry, but you know it's wrong. It's like, you know,
it was the same.
I have like as a parent or whatever, I have to make it clear to my sons, no matter what it is or who it is.
It ain't nothing.
You gotta talk to me. You know, if somebody makes you feel uncomfortable, you need to say something because me as the parent, I need to address it.
Exactly.
I don't never want my kids to feel like I can't tell my mama something. You know what I'm saying? Or I can't tell my dad
told my child
because the consequences might, or am I going to get in trouble, or this is this. And I know a lot of us as parents, we do try to make sure we make that clear to our children. And you never know. You know, sometimes children don't want to say certain things
because they actually know how you are.
Right.
But look, under the board, really, I don't know how serious I can explain to my children, and they already know. And Cyan said that to me today. She was like, Mom, I know now. If I'm still doing, because she had a little situation. She told her first. I don't even understand why she told her first. This one, like, ain't got no understanding. So I don't understand why she told her first. But the thing was not to tell me, because they already know that it ain't no talking. It ain't nothing when it comes to my children and the harm of my children and things of that nature, okay? But at the end of the day, you still have to make it known that I don't give a damn no matter how good or what bad.
Right.
It's nothing too good
Right.
when you can't tell your mom.
Right.
Okay?
But, and see, my thing with her is, when it might be a situation where she might, you know, try to come talk to me, whatever. I set the tone for her to be able to come to me for whatever.
And I'm glad.
But no matter what the situation is, if I feel it's important and she needs to know, I'm gonna tell her. I'm gonna give you time to tell your mama, but I'm gonna tell her.
Yes.
So you can tell her, or we can tell her. However you want it to come out,
she's gonna know.
It needs to be taken care of. Simple as that.
Cause I was like, what? It's like when she told her dad and Tanisha. I said, them two? You told them to? Okay, so now it's like I got to worry about them, and then I got to worry about the problem. But at the end of the day, it still worked itself out. But she did tell me today, because she wasn't even done dealing with the guy.
Right.
So at the end of the day, she knew from then. She said, Ma, I know now not to even come to the family with something like that. Unless I'm really dead serious, and I can respect that.
Right.
But as a mama and as a close family and unit as we are, it ain't nothing past a nigga that you can do to my kids that I ain't gonna find out.
Right.
Period. For all y'all out there.
Right.
But really them generational curses are definitely serious, and I do feel like we shouldn't have movies to give us to pull out our secrets, you know. Sit down, talk,
right.
You know.
I do
break those
generational
curses.
And I keep saying black people because I don't know how white people work, or Asians. Or
all we talk about is what we know.
Right. I don't know how they work. So, you know, I just have to put that out there. I don't know. But I know black people, and I know enough about us, and I know that it's a lot of secrets and a lot of lies. And, you know, I feel like even in my family, in my situation or whatever, some of the secrets and the lies that I know, they bother me. They eat at me, but it's not my place to say something. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing. It's like, how do you, you know, deal with the secret or a lie that you know that if it comes out later, someone might be looking at you like, well, why didn't you tell me? Or how could you know this and not say nothing? And it's like that stuff like that, you know, certain situations or people that you love and things that you know, it does eat at you. It does eat at you. But I think that life or death situations like, you know, molestation or rape, that needs to be said regardless. Yes. But just what I'm saying is just secrets and lies in general.
And that will hurt. Some things you just go to the grave with. I'm just sorry. You just got to. But when it comes to, like she said, someone that has, you know, really touched you. And then another thing, rest in peace, Whitney Houston. I was really shocked about this. Y'all go watch this too, because I'm not making it up. The Whitney Houston story, and this is, I don't know if it's on Netflix or Hulu. It's on one of them, but it's the documentary, okay? And so basically, you know, it was her.
So it's separate than the movie.
It's different from the movie. Okay. It's the documentary. It's called
Whitney.
I
watched the movie, not the documentary.
Watch the documentary, okay? Now, Whitney Houston was molested too, but she was scared to ever tell her mother, is because she knew her mother would kill this lady. And her mother, Sissy, she's up there, icon, everything. And it was Dionne Warwick's sister, which is Whitney's cousin or either her auntie. It was someone that was really close, and she was a singer too. Watch the movie. Watch the documentary.
So she molested
Whitney Houston.
Wow.
Because Whitney Houston in the beginning, she struggled with her sexuality. Because when she first came out, she had a best friend that was lesbian. And they had lesbian encounters and things of that nature. But Whitney Houston always knew that she wanted to be married and have a family. But this was her best friend and things in that nature. But again, as I stated before, go watch the documentary, Whitney. And I was very shocked because, again, look at Whitney's life. Okay, it was like everybody looked at her as a pop icon because she was who she was, singing like an angel. But everybody didn't know that she was trouble. And not only that, it didn't come from Sissy, but Sissy was always on tour. She was always on the road.
Right.
So Whitney and her brother was left with different family members.
Right.
Okay. And one of her aunts or cousin, which, like I said, Dionne Warwick is her cousin, but Dionne Warwick's sister, she was also a singer. She had a song back in the day or whatever, but she was the one. And these women that told this story, when they were talking, tears came down their eyes. Okay? And again, generational curse, because Sissy, you know, she was gone and doing, you know, trying to make a way for her kids. And then when Whitney became, you know, up there, Sissy was there with her. But then, boom, now Bobby Christina came. Bobby Christina had the worst childhood ever, but we never knew that because we looking at money. We looking at all that other stuff.
Right, exactly.
But no, and you watch the documentary, because I'm telling you this from the documentary. They say that this baby seen so much stuff she couldn't handle it. So
I can only imagine.
So again, it starts from a generational curse. Look what Whitney went through.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bobby never been molested or nothing, but look at the drugs and the alcohol and all of that stuff, because
Right,
this is what she's seen.
But which more than likely, I thought this was my Bobby, her daddy. Which more than likely, because I was going to say, his came from something.
His came from something, but the alcohol and stuff, they both was bearing something that traumatic that happened to them. Okay,
and it's worse when you and your partner with the shit.
Right, and then because they were so torn in the inside, they didn't know how to give the love to their child.
Right.
Okay, so they thought by bringing her on tour and being there was
right,
that.
And everything.
That
right.
wasn't it.
Right.
That wasn't it.
Right.
And if you see the documentary, you see it. It ain't no movie. It ain't no actors. It's real. It's them. For real, for real. Okay? And so when you see this baby, you be like, oh my God. You immediately start feeling sorry. So now you know why she did what she did. Why she was who she was. And she died the exact way her mother did. Ain't that crazy?
Right.
So I just tell you guys, as us, as a community, as a culture, because this is who we are. You know, I also said that we have one of the most powerful minds that we can ever have, that God can bless out of any race. Because everybody try to steal it. Use it. Don't abuse it, you know. And we really need to, like I said, speak out and break those generational curses, because it will destroy you. It will destroy you. Dead ass. So that's what I wanted to say today, because I feel good by getting it off, because I really want y'all to really, really, really watch those two shows, the two movies, okay? And you know, tap into us on our emails, and our all our little
social
shit
media.
Yeah, social media, whatever. I really want to hear what you guys think about it, okay? Because it's really, really real. Dead ass serious. It's real.
Right. And don't forget, we are getting things situated. I promise y'all. We keep saying this. We've been saying this for a long time. Our lives are totally separate, totally different. We live on two sides of, we don't live on two sides of the world, but we live on opposite sides. You know what I'm saying?
She's from the east side.
Right. And our lives are just, you know, totally separate. Our times be off and all that other stuff. So we are getting things situated.
We are.
I do have 3 Dear Leader letters now, so I know we need to start going ahead and get it. We have a interview next week. I'm trying to get everything set up. A good friend of mine, I've known him since I was 17 years old. His name is King Zanero. He is Nigerian, and of course I'm in Atlanta. I ain't never been to no damn Nigeria, but he moved back to Nigeria, and he's doing really, really good with his rap career. So being that Nigeria is 5 hours ahead, we're gonna do a live with him. It's gonna be next week, but we're trying to get the times together because 5 hours ahead. You know, I'm trying to.
We don't know how we're gonna do that. Maybe
Right.
we air at 12 afternoon to get a 5 in the afternoon. We don't know.
Well, we're gonna have to go live. So basically, he has to talk to his manager about the time that works best for them because, you know, when I get off work, it's already 10:30 at night there. So we're gonna try to work it out, but that will be announced. You know, and we are just going to start getting things situated. Trying to make sure we keep these things running and going because I am human and my mind has been like trying to fight between giving up and keep pushing, and that's just the way it be sometimes.
Yes, it do. That's life.
You know, right? That's just the way it be sometimes.
But we ain't giving up nothing. We in it to win it, honey. We ain't about to get on
not
here.
Not giving up, but pushing shit back.
Pushing through.
Because at the end of the day, everyday life does come first still.
It does.
So, yeah.
But we also want to be able to brighten your days and brighten your lives. And I do know that we do touch a lot of y'all. And a lot of you guys look forward to hearing us. So I wouldn't dare stop now, you know. But at the end of the day, we still appreciate everything. Again, stay downloading the app. Hits 92.3. Keeping it real with Leela. Also, again, we on all the platforms. Spotify. We're on YouTube. Definitely catch this on YouTube because we are doing our podcasting right now. I'm looking at you right now.
Yes.
So
thank you for tuning in for y'all when y'all watch this video. Thank y'all.
Yes, most definitely.
Make sure y'all check out. We have a good little, maybe 15, 20 videos. You know, I be trying to post them every once in a while. I do have to get better with that. I don't know. I guess I be feeling, it is so true that it's so hard for the people that know you to support you, which I don't understand.
Because they feel like, oh, they got right action at us.
Posting something on social media and click and share, I don't understand why that's so hard. I do it all the time. When I see people posting stuff, all you do is click share. You never know who is gonna get to. Like, to me, that's the simplest thing you can do to support someone. Share. But you know, it is what it is. So I do appreciate, you know, the people who do support us. And once everything gets in line, I know it'll be closer towards the end of the year, but I'm gonna start, you know, we're gonna start getting out and doing more because I know that is a lot. That is a big thing for me. Is I do want to say I'm very popular in Atlanta and I'm very known, but I'm not out there no more. So it's kind of like, you know, when it becomes out of sight, out of mind thing, that's how it is with me. Like, I'm not out in the life anymore. So when I do pop up, everybody love me still, which I appreciate. But I do know that being in Atlanta and being in this industry, you have to be out and you have to be seen and you got to have your name in your head. You know, you got to be here, there, and everywhere because that's just how Atlanta is.
Yeah.
So things are coming, you know.
Yeah, especially with the COVID because, again, before this happened, we had a calendar that was out of this world. But, again, we are, like she said, we picking up bigger and better things. We here in Atlanta, they are starting to, even though it's social distancing, however, they're still allowing us to enjoy our life. You know what I'm saying? So we will be having things. I will do a segment called the Keeping It Real with Leela Hits on the Streets. And it will be just getting people everyday opinions. I may throw a topic out there and just get people on the streets, random people, you know, what you think?
Yeah, like Throwback BET Hits on the Streets.
Yeah, Hits on the Streets. Yep. Shout out to, what's that dude's name? Anyway, shout out to you, bro. You already know who it is. That's his name.
Right, that's what I thought, right?
Hits, yeah. Well, anyway, so I just want you guys to look out for that because that is going to go down really, really soon. It will start really before the summer ends. But yeah, so we just kind of like want to thank y'all and just keep supporting us. Also, before we leave, I just want to give out the shout out with Miss Boo. She lost her son. He just passed in his sleep, and I told you that I would give you a shout out. I love you. Keep your head up. We, you know, our condolences, and thank you for watching the show. All right. So
y'all have been tuned into Keeping It Real with Leela live on Hits 92.3. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. We're out of here.
peace.
Amen.